Richard Meyer devised 12 principles of multimedia design based on cognitive load theory. Today, I'm going to talk about 5 of them. The first is redundancy, which is effectively about decluttering. This is an example of poor design because the viewer's attention is overloaded. They don't know where to focus. Have a read of this short paragraph. While you are, I want you to think about whether you can name the day before yesterday, and then if you can think of the number after 5, which I'll test you on in a minute. Okay, so can you answer the questions? The reason why you can't answer me is that while you were reading, you couldn't focus on what I was saying. This is not a weakness on your behalf. No one can do it. Whereas if you were to look at an image whilst I was talking, then you would be able to process both. It's all to do with dual coding theory, and it has enormous implications for the way we teach. The biggest tip then is don't talk over the top of slides while you're expecting students to read, because if you do put the information up, they will try and read it. So don't do this. Do this. You can see I'm adding information incrementally, which draws attention to just the new added content. Don't worry about dressing up your slides as a form of entertainment. If something isn't related to the learning, it will actually distract attention from what's important. Using visuals to clarify and simplify content is also a really powerful technique. The next principle is spatial contiguity. Keep labels as close to the thing they're labelling as possible. This helps the memory, as the label is likely to trigger the image and vice versa. The next principle is signalling, which is what I've been doing in this presentation. I've been drawing your attention to one thing at a time. And this is worth doing because of this astute observation by Daniel Willingham. You remember what you think about. The next is segmenting, which is really about chunking and the user's ability to self-regulate their consumption of content. We've talked before about the importance of chunking. Well, the same thing really applies to explanations. Breaking a complex explanation up into incremental parts helps the student process the new step, and also helps you to recognise where students' misconceptions may begin. In terms of incorporating chunking into the user pace, utilising tools like H5P and Echo ALP can help students chunk the viewing, forcing them to do something before the next section of the video is played. The last of the 5 is modality, and this is really about variety, using image as well as text to not only exercise dual code theory and to support chunking, but also just to make it more engaging overall. Okay, so over to you. Decide whether the following are good examples or bad examples in terms of multimedia principles we've discussed so far. Here's the first. The second. The third. Fourth. And here are 2 videos. You'll actually have to type in the URL to watch them. So, how did you go? Of course, you may disagree with my answers, but here they are.